Hi everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to our channel, General Hospital Daily. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up so you can get the latest and best news every single day. Alright, let's jump right into today's exciting update. OMG, General Hospital shock. Nathan snatches James from Spinelli. Fans stunned. General Hospital welcomes Nathan West back, and I expect some big moves to reclaim what he's allegedly missed out on over the last 7 years. And one of the things that he may do is reclaim his son, James West, since he is the only parent who is around. We're going to talk about how Nathan may try and take his son, James, away from Damian Spinelli and what could happen then. General Hospital, Nathan West's return, reclaiming his job and his son, James West. Right now, we've got Nathan back and wanting to find a way to rebuild his entire life. He went to Anna Devane, congratulated her on being the police commissioner, and asked for his job back as a PCPD detective. Nathan said he needs to support his son, James. You can already see where Nathan's head is at. And if you believe that he cannot remember his life since his dad Cesar Faison shot him, then you know it's all innocent enough. It's understandable that Nathan would want to get to know his son James. Nathan was shot before James was born 7 years ago, and they've just finally met. Recently, Nathan told Spinelli that he would let him take the lead with James, just so the little boy has consistency in his life since Maxie is lingering in a coma. But I suspect it won't be too long before Nathan says it's time for James to come live with him. General Hospital, why Spinelli and Felicia Scorpio can't stop Nathan from claiming James. Nathan is the only biological parent that James has around. Of course, Spinelli has been a wonderful father figure for James, especially the last couple years while he's been around Maxie non-stop. That's all true, but the kid also seemed super excited to meet his dad, Nathan, at last, somebody that James has only known from pictures and stories up until this point. Spinelli may not like it, but I don't think he can stop Nathan from being with his biological son. He may have to get legally represented. Felicia Scorpio might not like him getting James either, but again, since Nathan is apparently the only conscious parent that James has, it's pretty much inevitable. I'm sure Lulu Spencer, Spinelli, and Felicia might argue that James should remain with his siblings, Georgie Spinelli and Bailey Jones, but Nathan still may have the upper hand. Nobody has any idea where Nathan has been the last 7 years, so they are correct to question him. However, they are also taking him at face value, where I think the viewers are not, which is smart. Plus, as is pointed out this week, James's dad looks healthy, tan, and strong, not like somebody who has been lying in a bed comatose for 7 years. The way Nathan looks is also very suspicious, and I'm sure Spinelli and others are going to start talking about this. General Hospital, the dark conspiracy. Is Nathan West really Peter August or Cesar Faison? The Nathan that we knew years ago was a great guy. That's true, but I also doubt that is who we have got now. Consider this. Do you remember how Maxie wound up in that coma? It was the work of Jen Sidwell. He drugged her into a coma and was saying that Maxie talked too much. Sidwell made it out like it was about deception, but I suspect there's way more to it than skin lotion and stock shares. We already know Sidwell is working with the mystery boss, who also has something to do with Nathan. I think Sidwell was ordered to get Maxie out of the way, but without killing her. I think that was so Nathan could come back and claim his son, James. So I still suspect the mystery boss could be Cesar Faison. I do wonder if that's not really Nathan, and he has Peter August memories implanted in his brain. General Hospital, everyone wants James. Faison or Peter, either one would want to get their hands on James. The fact that Nathan didn't have identification on him and was in a car crash in an unregistered vehicle, that's all dodgy. I suspect that he escaped from someone, maybe his wackadoo daddy Faison, but then when he woke up, Peter might have been back in control. They might be lobbying for control of that body. This Nathan-looking person is way too calm for these circumstances, and that's another red flag that it's not really him, and maybe Peter is controlling the body. Combine that with Britt Westburn's reaction and the fact that she didn't want James to meet Nathan, it all looks really sketchy. General Hospital, Pierre August's twisted connection to baby James West. In the end, as I said, I think Faison is the mystery boss, and he may have implanted Peter's memories into Nathan West's body. Cesar Faison wants access to James because that's his grandkid, and Peter has a fixation on James too. If you remember, when Maxie was pregnant with James, she thought Peter was a good guy. Back in 2018, Maxie wound up in labor in the car on the way home from the nurse's ball. Peter pulled the car over and hand-delivered James. Maxie gave birth right there on the side of the road, with only Peter with her. Maxie finally figured out Peter was really Henrik Faison and a total psycho. So maybe Peter feels in some twisted way that James is as much as his kid as he is Nathan's. General Hospital, the plausibility of mind control and motive for James. I do think the real Nathan reemerged in his consciousness long enough to escape, but then Peter regained control, and that's who we've got, I think now, and most of the time. It makes it interesting because Nathan was talking to Anna this week, someone who Peter once loved and thought was his mother, but then who stood there and let him die. Don't tell me in the comments this can't happen. We've had a weather machine. We had Drew Kane Quartermain mind-controlled by Helena Casadine, and then Peter and Victor Casadine even gave it a go. Victor had that world-ending virus. Anna thought she was Peter's mother because of implanted memories. So yeah, it could happen. The big question is why this Nathan-looking person wants to get James in his clutches. If Faison is the secret boss, he may want James so he can train him up and get him to follow in his evil footsteps. And if it's Peter, having James gives him leverage against people, someone he can hold hostage. General Hospital, Maxie's return, and the February sweeps 2026 prediction. Poor Maxie may wake up to what she thinks is a miracle that Nathan West is alive, and then it turns into a nightmare because Faison and Peter may also be alive in some form or another. I don't think we're going to get answers anytime soon. Kirsten Storms is not due back as Maxie on General Hospital until early 2026. We're talking another 10 to 12 weeks of this storyline before we get the full scoop. My guess is we're going to get Kirsten Storms back as February Sweeps 2026 kicks off in late January. As soon as this Nathan-looking person gets his job situation sorted out, I think we can start counting the days until he makes a demand and takes James away from Spinelli. Whether he likes it or not, it'll all seem innocent enough, a father-son reunion, but I'm guessing there is a lot more to Nathan than we know, and James would not be safe with him.